And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
And thank you very much there, legendary John Bon Jovial. Thank you, audience, for joining us again for another hour of the David Bowers Awards. We've got a great show for you today. It's some great stuff. We have another one of our Around the World guests coming on in just a few minutes. So we're going to get right into it with our first tune, which is a return from a previous guest on the show a couple of times, as a matter of fact. They've got a great new album out this year. They've got a great new track, which I think you're going to really enjoy. A little bit off pace for them, but definitely interesting. They call themselves Wild Horse. They're from the UK, and they get freaky together. And there you go. That is Wild Horse UK Rockers, just coming off one of their biggest hits yet, Record Collection. And this one is really a change of pace for him. But I tell you what, I really do like that bass guitar in there. I mean, he works it. It's not just usual thumping to keep the rhythm. He works that thing. What say you, John Bon Jovial?
You know, in every band, there's always, the lead guitarist is always glorified because he can, shred that neck and really play the solo. But to me, the hardest working member of almost any pop band is going to be the bassist. And yeah, this guy, he works his butt off. Does a really nice job with it. But look, I expect nothing less from Wild Horse. We've had them on, I believe it's 3 times that we've had them on.
Yeah, I think
and
at least.
Each iteration of this band keeps getting better and better. I'm very pleased to see this, or should I say hear this.
I agree 100%. I want to take a second to thank our house band, Titty Bingo, for providing our theme music for all these many years. Thank you. Check out their brand of Texas rock and roll, their website, tittybingo.com. Also want to remind you of a couple of things. One, our friend upstate New York indie rocker Frank Palangi was burned out of his home, which also contained his studio. So he's looking for all the help he can get. And he's trying to rebuild both the home and the studio, obviously. Check him out on Facebook, Frank Palangi, Palangi. You can find out where they have a GoFundMe account for him, how to help him out. Also catch some of his music, too. Check that out. And also check out our home station, WRFZ FM 106.3 in Rochester, New York, which is our flagship station. They are Rochester Free Radio, and they will be doing a Labor Day weekend radiothon, looking to raise a few bucks to help support the station and the wonderful job they do presenting free radio. So that means no commercials, and they do a great job, both music and talk. They carry the David Bowers Awards, so they got to be good, right? Check them out. RochesterFreeRadio.com. They'll be on a 24-hour Labor Day weekend radiothon. Their program director, Mr. Judah, has informed us that he and one of his partners, I forget who the other gentleman is, but we should get a hold of Brian Judah's partner's name so we can give him credit too. They're going to be locked into the studios from midnight Saturday to midnight Sunday, Labor Day weekend. They've been told they will not be let out of the studios until they raise the money by midnight Sunday. So something to look forward to. Check them out at Rochester Free Radio. Speaking of things to check out, we want to check a couple of things that we want to touch base on right now. The first, of course, is the loss of another icon of not only music, but Americana. Don Everly, the remaining brother of the Everly brothers, was lost this past weekend, and the music world is going to miss him, and we extend our sympathies and condolences to his entire family, including his son, Eden Everly, who has been a guest here on the David Bowers Awards. He will be sorely missed. John and I were talking before the show that this was my first record that I bought was Bye Bye Love by the Everly Brothers back in 1957. When I first started getting into records, I had a friend who was visiting. Her family was visiting my family, and we were talking, and she said to me, "Dave, have you ever heard this new group, the Everly Brothers?" And I said, "No, I never heard." Just listen to them. Get on the radio, listen to them. You're going to love their music. I did, and I have had the highest regard for that close harmony that they did ever since. I love them, love the Everly Brothers. Phil and Don, you're in rock and roll heaven, putting on a hell of a show. I know you will be missed. John, your comments.
Well, there's not much more that can be said other than what you just said. The Everly Brothers, of course, were pioneering rockers. They weren't hardcore rock and roll, but boy, they sure were innovative. And I would say that they had, for maybe at the time in the late 50s, early 60s, what could have been considered perhaps rock and roll's first truly risque song, and that was Wake Up Little Susie.
Absolutely,
which was, by today's standards, very tame.
It was nothing,
but by then, it's like, it's nothing by today's standards. But back then, it's like these two teenage kids fell asleep at the movies, and they spent the whole night together. Now, this was big stuff the mores of the 50s were so much different than they are today. In some respects, I wish they were a little bit like that today. But
I agree. I can tell you, I only have to think about what would have happened to me if that was me and I didn't get out of the movies till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I would have crawled home, and my father would have kicked my ass. That's what it would have been.
We'd still be walking funny.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then I would have had to go through the punishment from Susie's father too. So come on, wake up, little Susie. We got to go home.
Well, I'll tell you what, wake up, little Johnny. We got to get into the music because we have a gentleman all the way from India standing by to tell us about his group and their music, and we're going to play a track of them right now. And I'm going to try to pronounce this Akshay. Please forgive me if I don't pronounce it correctly, but I'm going to give it a shot. Mane Suma Hey. Roll the music, John Bon Jovial.
दुनिया देखेगी